Welcome everyone. It's the 1st of December. I had a lot of interest in super microcomputer, so I decided to take a deep technical dive. This is a dive just to look at the technical statistics of where the price is over time. It has nothing to do with recommending a stock. It's not telling you where the stock is going to go. I have no idea, but the more information you have, the better you will make decisions. If you know the price is going up or down, when it's going up or down, is it going sideways, this will help you make a decision. My method of determining what is going on is not looking at one time frame. I look at multiple time frames. I want to see what the year guys are doing, what the quarterly guys are doing, the monthly, the hourly, the minute guys. Once you know what everybody's doing, then you can figure out what you need to do. So let's just look at a yearly chart right now. What do we see? We see since 2019, the stock broke out over the 4 simple moving average. And it has been over the 2 simple moving averages for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. All right. There is nothing wrong. This is a normal stock you would like to invest in because it is year over year gains. Even for 2024, we could close up for the year. We still have one more month. We're not sure what's going to happen that month. I don't think anybody does. So why don't we look at the quarterly, because I think that will tell us some more information. So here we hit a high of $100 and we're in the fourth quarter now, so the first quarter. And then we've been down every quarter. But look how extended we were above the 8 simple moving average. So the last quarter closed just above the 8, and then it took a nosedive. All right, but we're below the 2 on this quarter, but we're above the 2 on the year. So what is that? That's a conflict. Above the 2 on the year, below the quarter. But let's look at some other time frames. Okay, so we're going to look at the weekly and the monthly. Okay, now we got more resolution. All right, so the monthly, we've been going down 1, 2, 3, little month up there, 4, 5, 6. Okay, half the month has turned around. So how many charts are in sync? So far, we got 2 up, which is the year and the month, and the quarter is still down. Let's look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart took a nosedive to $17. And now it's up to 32. It's almost doubled in price. The weekly chart has never closed above the 8 simple moving average. What do we see in this chart? We see conflict. We see the 8 moving down. So the 8 periods averaged out is moving down. The 4 periods just reversed. We just had a reversal on the average of 4 periods. And we have a reversal on an average of 2 periods. This chart is in conflict with itself, but the stock over the last 2 periods, it kind of agrees with what's going on for the month. So the week and the month are in sync with each other, except for the long term on the week has not turned around. This 8 has to turn around at some point if you're going to have continuity on this stock. Right now, it's in conflict. All right, so now we're going to go to a shorter time frame. And what do we see here? We see a definite turnaround on the daily. The 8 has reversed. The 4 has reversed. The 2 has reversed. The stock on the daily chart has stayed above the 2, except for, when was this? This was on 11/26. It bounced. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. You can see it closed above the 4. I refer to the 4 simple moving average as a guardrail. And if it does its job and the stock is strong, it will bounce off here and the next closing day will be somewhere here. And we can see that right in here. We can see how it got below the 2, bounced up, gets too far away from the 4, too far away from the 8. It will correct itself. Here, we could have had a correction, or basically this is neutrality. We have the 2, the 4, and the stock price. This is the daily chart. Below the 4, above the 2, the stock's in the middle. What's the next move? The next move was down. The next move is here. All right, so we won't know anything. This is conflict. We don't know anything until the stock price opens. The stock market opens on Monday, and then we're going to see which way it goes. So you have to see what the next move is to make a decision. When do you make that decision? When the move happens. If you do it before the move, you need to have a short leash to, if there's follow through. So let's look at the 4-hour chart. So this is basically several clicks throughout the day. If it's a NASDAQ stock, now they're running 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So let's zoom in here, and we see on the 4-hour chart, we have all the simple moving averages jammed up together with the stock price. They tried to take it up. It failed. You had a 4-hour stayed above, and look at right here. You have a sharp downward turn on the 4-hour. And then it leveled off here. Now the stock price is at the 2 simple moving average on the 4. On the daily, it's at the 8. The 8's moving up. So if you ask me, is this going up or down? There's conflict. You cannot make a decision based on the information you see. And this is looking at each chart independently and then having deductive reasoning and saying which direction is the stock going. It depends on which time frame you look at. If you look at the yearly, like we saw originally, you have clarity on the year, but you enter. Did you buy the stock at $1.50? Do you know the trade at $1.50 based on the yearly chart? Still year up, and we're still above the 2 simple moving average. I don't see any indication of weakness on the yearly chart. Let's go back again. We'll review it for those. So here's the yearly and the monthly, and yearly and quarterly. Huge drop per quarter. This is like a warning sign here on the quarter. The next move would be probably this chart won't start a new line until the first of the year. All right, just keep that in mind. All right, let's go to the next chart, and here is the weekly and the monthly. The month is gone inside, so November closed inside between September and October. Inside month, that means ambiguity. There's no decision made. That basically the buyers and sellers came to a truce. Here, same thing. We haven't quite jumped over the 8. We're sitting here for last week closed pretty much flat. So is there a direction at this point? It seems to me that somebody's waiting for the next move. So do the buyers take control, or are the sellers going to maintain control as they have been since $100? Okay, we got daily again. We have a 2-day downtrop, but it's not indicating a reversal. If this gets below the 8, my opinion would be an indication of a reversal, as we see here. Once we're below the 8, the trend goes down. So hopefully, let's look at short term here before I call it a day. So let's look at the end of the day, which was the last trading day of the month. If we look at the entire day after this drop from 8 o'clock, this is every hour. What is this telling you? So this is telling me that there was no buyers, no sellers. The price didn't change for the entire last day of the month. Okay, we look at more clarity here. Let's look at the whole day. And what we see here is, I'm going to make this chart full size. And basically they took it down. It was up. It was here. They took it down and they met right here. So guys, your guess is as good as mine. What's the next move? Stand by. You'll find out soon. And you guys have a great weekend, and good luck on your trades.